to Eternal Love Crafts and Photography. I'm Jenny, and today we're going to bring you the first of our support base series. In this series of videos, we will show you how to do some DIY projects using different materials from either Dollar Tree, Michael's, Home Depot, or other sources with low-cost base material, making products that will be used as the main support or the main base of our elaborate designs. We will go through some of these different designs, and afterwards we will do further videos in a different series that will use these support bases to make our floral, wedding, event, decors, and designs. So without further ado, today's video I'm featuring first a Home Depot haul of these PVC pipes and connectors. The one I'm showing you right here is a 90-degree elbow, and the other one is the T, and they both in 3/4 of an inch in the width circumference. It comes in packages of 10 in a pack. If you want to save money, I recommend buying in bulk in 10 in a pack, but it does come in 10, and I wanted to make 3 background stands, so I had to buy 2 more separately of the 3/4 inch elbows, and these are the 90-degree elbows. They also sell in 45-degree elbows, but for this purpose we're buying the 90-degree elbows. Then I also bought the 1/2 inch 90-degree elbows, and as well as buying the 3/4 inch reduced to 1/2 an inch 90-degree elbows, and that's what you see here. And for this one, its purpose is so that you can put a 3/4 inch PVC pipe on one side, but then connect a 1/2 inch PVC pipe on the other end, so you can have flexibility with that. Here you have the 3/4 inch plugs. These are kind of pricey. I think it's about $1.17 each, but it's optional if you want to use it or not, and I'll show you later in the DIY video of this portion of this video how we're using these plugs, but again, it's optional. Next, I also bought these connectors, and they basically connect 2 PVC pipes together. Let's say you wanted a longer length, you would buy these connector pipes. With these connectors, it come in different sizes. I have one for 1/2 an inch and another one for 3/4 of an inch. Then you'll see here, these are the T's, and this is a reducing T again. This one has a 3/4 inch around both sides, and the top is a 1/2 an inch. So again, for the purpose of using 2 types of dimensional pipes, because I didn't want to use the same dimension pipe for the whole project, for the first project I'm creating. Just because the base I wanted to be more sturdy, so I wanted to be 3/4 of an inch is the PVC tube, but the top where the bar would be, where you hang the fabric and the backdrop, I wanted only to have it as 3/4 of an inch. I mean, sorry, 1/2 an inch instead of 3/4. But I will be making, with all these products that you see, they're PVC pipes. I will be making 3 background stands, or you can make 2 background stands. One huge one, which is a 8 feet by 6 feet, and a smaller one which I use for my DIY videos, which is a 2 feet by 18 inch. Or you can make 3, where the huge one can be separated down to be a shorter one, where it's a 3 feet by 6 feet and 5 feet by 4 feet. Or you could do the huge one, like I mentioned earlier. So it's very optional, and these tools are definitely very versatile because you have the length of it cut down, and it's versatile in that you can make any size backdrop you want, because the PVC pipes are very easy to cut. I actually went to a Home Depot and they were able to cut it for me, so to save money. I recommend buying the 10 feet PVC pipe by the surrounding circumference that you want. So I bought one that's 1/2 inch and another one that's 3/4 of an inch. I bought actually 3 that's 3/4 inch, one that's 1/2 inch, but the length is 10 feet long, and I had them cut it down for me. But if you didn't want them to cut it down and you want to cut it down yourself, because they don't really do such a great job at measuring, you can do it yourself and buy the Husky PVC pipe cutter. Here I'm showing you the different cuts of PVC pipes that I have in here. So as you can see, I had the longest one that I had is the 6 feet 4 inches, but it was really hard to carry home. So I had that cut in half to be 3 feet 2 inches, and I put the connector couplet to connect it together if I needed the 6 feet 4 inch length of a tube as the length of the support backdrop beam. But I had it cut down so it's easier to carry. The longest one here that's not cut down is the 5 feet length, and that I had it cut from a 10 feet PVC pipe. As you can see, I have different lengths here, and before I went to the Home Depot, I measured out what length I needed, and I wrote out a schematic of what I wanted to do with each length. So that's how I was able to buy the 4 PVC pipes, each 10 feet long, and had it all cut down. Here I put together the base, the bottom, the foot of the PVC backdrop holders. I will show you how I did it, but I put together a few. This one that you see here, I had them cut down the PVC pipe as 4 inches on each side, and then I connected 2 elbows on each end and the T in the middle. Today's DIY video, I am showcasing how to create a YouTube video or video in general backdrop stand. It's going to be a 2 feet by 18 inch backdrop, because in videos you really don't need such a huge backdrop. So that's why I'm only creating a small version of the backdrop stand. There are bigger versions that I will be creating later on, but for the purpose of this DIY, I'm going to only create the small version. So with the small version, as you can see, the pipe is shorter. I didn't want the length of the foot to be long because I knew that the height will go up not that much, only 2 feet. So I had them cut 3 inches of the PVC pipe on each side. I used a reducing T of 3/4 quarter, and then the top is 1/2 quarter because I only wanted to connect the thin PVC pipe on the top. And then the 2 sides, as you see, I put in the 2 sides is the 3/4 inch PVC pipes. As you can see here, I'm comparing the size of the PVC pipe, so you have a choice of what you want. Here, I'm comparing the 3/4 inch versus the 1/2 inch. This is the thickness, surrounding thickness of the PVC pipes. Now let's get started on making our DIY background stand. You will need 2 of the 3/4 inch by 3 inch tubes, 2 of the plugs, 1 of the reducing T, and the reducing T has a 3/4 inch on the ends and a 1/2 inch on the top, and 2 of the 1/2 inch 90 degrees elbows. This is what you'll need to make one of the side of the PVC background stand legs. So to make 2, you would need double this amount of material. So what I did first was I connected my 3/4 inch 3 by 3 inch PVC pipe into the T. I connected 1 on each end as it will easily fit in there. And what I tried to do was these PVC pipes, because they're not the furniture grade ones, they do have writing on them. So I try to put the writing on the bottom so you won't see it when you have it on display. And you might need to push some pressure when you push it in, because you want a good fit. You want it to fit all the way in. Because these, the T's, as you can see, there's like a ridge there where it fits all the way into the ridge. And once it hits the ridge, then it stops. So you want to push it all the way in until it fits the ridge. So in order to do that, I push it against the ground and I just push it along. You just want to give it a steady, firm push so that the pipe will go into the tube. Once I had that connected, now I'm going to add in the 2 elbows. So with the elbow, I try to put, again, the side that it has the wording, I put on the top, because I noticed that the ones without the wording, the bottom part is more smooth. So when you put it against the ground and it's more smooth, it will be more leveled. So that's why I decided to put the side that has the wording on as part of the top. And for this, I like to put both 90 degrees elbow in first before I start pushing it in to place, because I need to first position it both so that it is aligned correctly, both aligned correctly, and that it won't shake or move when I put it on the ground. And because I don't want it wobbling around. So I'm just adjusting both of the elbows so that it will be a straight 90 degrees straight down, like a perpendicular straight down. And so just keep on pushing it in and adjusting, and once it's adjusted, then I push in both to hold it in place. This might take a couple of seconds to make sure you have the right alignment, but it is important that you have the right alignment so it doesn't wobble when you have the stand all put together. Although if it does wobble a little bit, it's okay, because with the stand, since you have 2 foot at the bottom as the stand holders, it will support itself. So even if it wobbles a little bit, it will be well supported. But again, you want to make sure it's a good stable 90-degree angle so that it will get the best type of support. So I'm pushing it in, so making sure it goes all the way in. Next, I'm going to put in the plugs. The plugs, like I said, is optional. So if you wanted to save money, you can also choose not to buy the plugs and put in the plugs at the 2 ends, because it will hold without the plugs. It's just that in order, I wanted 1 for aesthetics, and 2, I don't want it to scratch my floor or scratch any areas that I would be placing the stand on. So when you put in the plugs, it seals the hole, and then no dust can go inside the tube as well, sealing the hole. But at the same time, you can also put those sticky corners on them, where, I don't know if you guys know, it's those circular or square tabs you can put at the end of furniture. So at the same time, you put at the end of these stands, and it will be good so that it will easily to slide the stand, and as well as it won't scratch your flooring. So that's how we did the 2 stand bases. Next, I'm using my 1.5 inch by 2 feet, so that's 24 inches tube. I'm going to connect it on the top of both of these bases, and all you have to do is you just push it in, and once you push it in, it won't stand still on its own because it doesn't have a beam in the middle to support it yet. So you will have to either put it to the side. Once you finish one, you have to put it to the side, or you have to lean it against a wall or lean it against something. Now I'll put in the second one, and I'm just gonna push it in. With these different stands, you have an option, because with these PVC pipes, it does have a lot of wording written on it. So you can either spray paint it. If you really care about aesthetics, you might want to spray paint it, maybe white or any color you want. Or you can wrap it, tape wrap it with some wrapping paper, or you can wrap it with some bling. You can do a lot of different things with this. Next, I'm putting in the 1/2 inch elbows, 90-degree elbows on both ends, because you will need this so that you can connect the middle PVC pipe bar to the middle of the stand. So I'm using the 1/2 inch 90-degree elbow here. So as you can see, I have the base of the stands on the ground because it's not going to hold itself up unless you're leaning against something. So just to make it easier, I have it on the ground. So next, I added both of the 90 degrees 1/2 inch elbows onto each side. And after you push it in, you also want to make sure it is 90 degrees and it is positioned facing correctly to both. So you want to, once you push both in, you want to measure it that it's both leveled to each other. So when you put the support beam in the middle, that it will fit perfectly without any problems. Then of course again, you want to push it in to make sure it will stay in place. And here you have it. I put in the 18-inch beam in the middle. With the 18-inch, you can change out that to any length you want. I also have one that's a 4 feet long beam. I have one that's a 3 feet long beam. So it's your choice what length you want that PVC pipe to be. It depends what length you need your background and backdrop to be. So here, because I'm using it only as a backdrop for my DIY videos, I'm only needing 18 inches across. But if I need it longer, I will put a longer PVC pipe there. And same with the height. If I needed the height to be longer, and because I needed a bigger backdrop, I can change this one out and put like the 5 feet pole on each end, and then put the length as like either 6 feet or 3 feet across. So it really depends what purpose you're using these backdrop stands for. One of the other ideas I have with these PVC pipes is to make the square, which is like the square stand. You would need basically 4 of these put together, and then you can make one of those huge cantaloupe displays, or the chapulas, anything like that, or the mandalas. So this is our finished 2 feet by 18 feet video backdrop stand. If you like this video, please give us a thumbs up, and if you haven't done so already, subscribe to our channel. We love getting comments from our subscribers, so definitely give us a comment below. And if you have any questions, concerns, do give us a comment. Also, if you have suggestions for our future videos, do comment on that as well. So till next time, continue to DIY.